Hello, everybody. Welcome to My Chamber TV. Today, we are going to be talking about the Tarpon Springs Chamber of Commerce. And if you noticed, I'm here instead of Barbara because it was my fault. It was a snafu. You know, hopefully the clock will start running soon, so we'll know what's going on. And so, yeah, so we're talking about the Tarpon Springs Chamber of Commerce. She's brought in some great guests, and one of actually, so I don't have very many lifelong friends, but I do have a Tarpon Springs lifelong friend, and that's Mr. Roger Fruits. And
so I'm learning him off camera.
He is the realtor that everybody should be using. Just saying. That's just me. That's my personal opinion. I've known him for quite a long time. With me is Gene Hungiville, President, CEO.
Tarpon Springs Chamber of Commerce.
There you go.
Exactly.
So let's just jump right into it. Let's talk to Roger.
I found it really interesting that you two have been lifelong friends, but one of the things you mentioned was how innovative he was 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Which leads into one of the things that I've always liked about Roger. I watched you for about a year after I first came on board, talked with your staff, was very impressed with what I was seeing, the interaction with you and your staff. And it was just a good gut feeling. And so we invited him to be on our board of directors, so Roger is on the board. And this year
Good for
has
you.
been.
Good for you.
And Roger is also now this year has been appointed to our executive committee, so he's part of our leadership team.
Nice.
I'm very pleased with that. But you're a great businessman, and you saw that early on and talked him into something.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, it's my 40th year in the business, so there's longevity has its advantages. It just, you think you've done it all, but it's just a different face, a different time, but it is truly a different market now and how we do business. So, but I just think that the longevity has been very good to me too.
How is the market?
Thank you for the comment.
How is the market now different than what it was before when we had the bubble of about 10 years ago?
It has become more complicated as far as the market itself, but the process. There's so many people involved in a transaction now, and we feel like we're the orchestrator of this whole transaction instead of just the contracts now used to be 3 or 4 pages, press hard because there was a carbon in there.
Oh, I remember that.
Now we're up to 30-page long
It's a
contracts.
book,
The book,
right? It's
yeah,
a book.
Right. It's a book, and then there's so many people involved. Before it used to be simple. We didn't have home inspectors back in the 80s. Now we got home inspectors, and by the time you get an appraiser and a loan officer and a surveyor, termite, home inspector, someone's got to orchestrate all that. And everybody's personality is different, and everybody has to get along, play in the sandbox well.
And you have to be able to, when you have a home inspector, somebody who you know you can trust on all sides, somebody who is not there to make a name for themselves, but to say, this is how you learn about the house, here's some things as the homeowner you need to look for.
That's correct.
And not kill the deal. And then you go through all the different people that you're orchestrating with, and you can say the same thing.
It is. We honestly have we don't recommend just one person by any means. We want to make sure that they have a choice, and because personalities are so different, and so are all the inspectors and loan officers and everything else. So we recommend, and fortunately here we go again, you've been around a long time in the community, you know a lot of people. And you know the good ones and you know the bad ones. And so you always recommend the list of the top good ones.
And that's always great because, as we were talking about earlier, you have the experience, and somebody's moving to the area or moving to a new neighborhood, you have the experience and you've walked that walk before. You can pass that and share that information.
I know every manatee down in Spring Bayou by name.
Yes, they were talking about you last spring. They're due back.
Yeah, they are due back now. You do sell a lifestyle. And the newer generation, and even the retiring generation now, are buying lifestyles. It's more than just a home.
Okay.
So, and knowing the communities, being involved in the community, what to do, what to tell them to do, and why be proud of the community. Most everybody that buys in an area are proud of their area. Not just a house. It's not just a physical house. It is truly a home and a lifestyle and an area.
Yep.
So,
and that's what makes a superstar.
Yes.
realtor is what I call him. He's a superstar guy. Because if I really truly have someone that is looking for that family community, that home style, that fitting in type of community, they just don't want to live there and not know their neighbors and things, that's the man you go send them to, because he will say, this will fit for you, this won't fit for you. And he doesn't, he's not like me, who is very blunt. He's very good about it, but he
can be.
Yeah, but he will tell them the truth. He'll say, look, this won't work for you, but this will work for you. He knows.
Well, talk a little bit about what we were talking about before we went on the air with how innovative he was 20 years ago.
Okay, so
that's
Here we go.
here
interesting.
I was a young upstart.
And I was too.
I was I was in the media world, but I got into the video world. And my wife, that's how I know Roger's from my wife. My wife's a mortgage person, so they knew each other.
Got it.
And she said, you know what? If you really want to know, go talk to Roger. I said, okay. So I came in and talked down to Roger. I said, Roger, what do you think about putting videos on your website? And I didn't get one of those. What? He went, hey. That's a good idea, because nobody was doing it.
Not 20 years ago?
Realtor.com, nobody was doing it. So we literally shot, I think the first one we shot was a golf course house.
It was.
And
Good memory. Wow.
Yeah, we put that together, and we put that up on his website, and he was the first.
And we're talking 1999?
Earlier than that.
Earlier
probably.
than that, right?
Okay, because that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So in the 90s.
In the 90s.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I went out, we shot it, and then he put his web guy was phenomenal, who knew what his website guy was there as well. So he got what we were trying to do.
Okay.
Yeah. It was awesome.
I mean,
so
good
he's an innovator.
good businessman, as well as somebody who really just understands what people are looking for.
It's challenging out there. You get 30, 40,000 agents in this little area.
Really?
And there's just everybody. In requirement to come to Florida is you have to have a real estate license when you get your driver's license. So.
You going to sign up for that real estate license today?
Different kind of test, though.
Different type of test. Absolutely different type of test. And different type of...
Exactly. And having a professional like Roger, right? So, all these new little things have popped up online. We call them iBuyers, right?
Yep.
iBuyers, Redfin, Open Door, people like that.
Okay.
Those are people that just show up and buy it.
Okay.
But they don't give you what you should get. Well, they don't give you what the house is worth, because they have to have that buffer built in there. And they may be, if there's issues going on, that we'll take this out of what we're going to pay you. Roger knows how to go in there and go, okay, this is what we have to do to make this house sell. And then he'll sell the house for what it's worth. You're not losing money, because again, he's a rock star. He knows what goes and what does not go.
I'm going to steal that rock star. Here.
Rock
I
star.
would.
I hope the camera can. My head's getting big here. So.
And as a baby boomer, we remember what that is.
Right. I do.
Exactly.
And still do.
Exactly.
So, Roger, what are you? I mean, and I know you have a little niche, right? I know you're broad, but what's the niche for you right now?
Actually, right now, the niche, and it's a new niche for me, is coming in with the new millennials that are coming in.
Yes.
I'm on third generation, and I've been blessed with that. There's no doubt that I've been generation after generation. So my lead source has been so good because of the dealing honest, being honest.
That's a big deal.
And straightforward.
It's not always the best thing for everybody to buy this house, or not always the best thing for everybody to be in this situation. And you walk away from a lot of deals just because you don't want to be in that situation. But anyway, so now I thought I was going to outrun this new age media and all the digital and the tweeting and all this stuff, but it's caught up with me. So now I am definitely embracing the millennial niche that, they don't want to see old man time. I was downtown showing condos to a young person the other day, and you see these reflections in the window, and it looked like old man time, this young girl. It's just like, okay, we got to change this, so we got to really be into this.
So one of the things that I had read is that a lot of times millennials will do the shopping online first, looking at the videos, looking at that, and then the very last thing after they've made up their mind, then they want to set foot in it. Is that true, or is it more traditional?
100% of everybody goes online first now. The magazines, there's one or two magazines left out there, but now the quality, and John can appreciate this, the quality that what goes on that internet. It's not a cell phone picture of a house. It's not anything. It's got to be so quality with the pixels, with the staging and all that, that people do get that emotional attachment prior to stepping foot in it. I'm still a believer they got to see and touch and feel, because there is an energy a house does have.
Yes.
And you do have to walk in. There is that emotional tie that you get in that you just cannot do online.
It's not just a box.
No, it's all the senses. It's the sight, it's the smell, it's the feel.
And the
there is
neighborhood.
that energy there. And it's very true. It's very real. So, but back here, yes, the millennials do. They itemize, they'll blow up pictures, and they'll know that coffee pot's in the same place it was on the internet when you walk in the house.
Oh, no kidding.
They do. Or the bathroom towel. They didn't change their towels. You know, it's just, but they do. They, honestly, and I can just see the last 5 buyers were in their 30s, 20s, and 30s, and they knew the house, everything about that house, and in mind and thought, before they walked in there. So
Interesting.
Fascinating. It absolutely fascinates me.
Now, are they looking up comparables and all of that as well?
They know more than they think they know more than they do.
Okay. Well,
And that's not a generalization, because some of them are very, very smart.
don't you remember when we were that age?
I do.
Our parents
I know,
said that
I
to
know.
us.
Well, you know, all this fake news out
They
there.
go out there on Zillow and go, "Oh, this house is worth this."
That's exactly right.
And then when you come
John,
in,
you're
go,
right.
"Well, that's not quite right." You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, 'cause Zillow's
it's a general idea, but
And Zillow's always behind, because I
Yeah.
remember when I looked at what my house was worth on Zillow a couple of years ago when I first moved here, I almost
Yeah.
cried.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't pay the mortgage.
Right.
And we sold it for $100,000 more than that,
Right.
which was still a loss because of the time frame that it was in
Yeah.
the
And
market.
And again, that's why it's really good to have that rock star realtor,
Yes.
because they will tell you what your house is truly worth, what it will truly go for, and then if you buy it now, what potentially it will go for if you, because the average lifespan is 5 years.
Still that.
Still
Is
5
that
years.
right?
So,
Yeah.
you know, no one lives anywhere. I mean, other than me. I was an Army brat, so I moved around so much. When we got our first house, I never, ever, ever, ever wanted to move again.
Yeah.
You know, I'm weird. So,
And you'll
13
see buyers
years.
that say,
We already
okay,
know that, but
why is
okay.
everything for sale in this area? Well, it's just that turnover time. There's nothing wrong with
Right.
the neighborhood. You know,
Okay.
there's just a general turnover time.
Yes.
On some things. And some markets are different than others.
Yeah.
We've got hot markets and we've got not so hot markets. So
What is selling quicker? Is it maybe people buying in established neighborhoods, or people? I mean, looking at all this new construction that's going on, I am not a new construction fan. I mean, give me the oldest house in the neighborhood and let me renovate it. But I'm seeing all this, and I'm seeing the neighborhoods filling up.
they are filling up. I think, to answer your question on that, the new people, everybody likes new. And you see all the stats, you see all the marketing out there. New homes, the developers are doing a great job of marketing.
Right.
They're marketing the lifestyle. You look at Starkey Ranch out there and
Yes.
everything. It's a lifestyle.
Keep going.
So so they're marketing. They're doing a great job of marketing that. Those are selling faster. Now everything you see on the stats on the news, new home starts. They don't get into the resales and all that, but and every market's different. We got 8 or 9 zip codes in our Pinellas County, and there's 4 in Pasco County. They're hot markets.
Yep.
And they go by areas, and why? It's just a lifestyle, I think.
Where are the people coming to fill these places? I mean, are they all working in Tampa or working somewhere, and then just the commute's an hour, hour and a half?
They do commute an hour, hour and a half.
No
And it
kidding.
doesn't matter where. Even that Brandon Riverview area, I've sold several homes over there lately, and they're using the Selman crosstown. We don't have a road system, an infrastructure that will take people easily from A to B. So everybody is in their cars 2 to 3 hours a day. But Tampa market is where they're working, and they're buying in Pasco, they're buying in Pinellas. And the Pinellas are close to the beaches, Pasco because it's affordable, and you get a lot of value for your money.
You really do.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, we lived in Pinellas, and we lived on a little quarter acre, if that. I mean, we were on the water, and you know, it was great to have that water access, but I had no place for my RV or my trailers and stuff like that. So when we ultimately moved over to Pasco, we got 2.5 acres. And it was like, oh my gosh, what do I do
Yeah.
with all this stuff? Now I have to work because I have to mow it. But you know, but it becomes a big deal.
Well, the other thing too is the pace. The further north in Pinellas and into Pasco, the pace of life is a little slower up here.
It is.
And that is one of the things that I really enjoy, because when you're in Tampa or you're in St. Petersburg, you then, go, 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 go. But then I can come home to Newport Richey
Right.
and go,
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's very, very true.
but
Well,
it's-
we've got about 40 seconds left, and
Oh.
this has been awesome.
Wow.
Now, we've made sure that your website's up, your phone number's up, and
Thank
on
you.
all the lower thirds, so people know how to get rid of you. But if you want to say it one real quick time, how do people get a hold of you, Roger?
Okay, Roger Fruits, 727-534-1432 is the best number. It's my cell phone. Apologize if I don't answer right away, but I will get back to you. I always return all my calls. And I appreciate the opportunity. I mean, this has been great. And
I know.
Awesome.
being an old
Good to
friend,
see him.
tell
I
you.
love
I know,
Roger. He's
I know.
awesome.
Or you can call the chamber, and
Yeah,
we
that's
can
right.
we can do that.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with Lemongrass Spa. Some stuff for you. Skin. It's going to be good for you. We'll be right back after this. And we're back, and we're going to talk skincare and more, right? Way
That's
more.
right.
So we're here with Heidi Leist.
Least.
I knew I'd mess it up. I always do. From Lemongrass Spa.
That's correct.
Now, and you're in Tarpon.
We are. We're in Tarpon Springs.
Okay. So let's talk about Lemongrass Spa, because I'm seeing some really cool stuff down here. I'm just going to jump right into this. I'm all excited about
Well,
product. I
one of the
am.
things I'm really excited about too is they're one of our newest members of the chamber.
Oh,
That's right.
nice.
About 2 weeks, and we did a ribbon cutting.
You got pulled right in quick, didn't you?
Well,
Yes,
it
we
was
did.
one of the when I saw what was going on, and I talked with your marketing person Megan, it was like, oh my gosh, we've got to have them in here.
Yeah.
And you remind me of with your products and what you've done of another company I worked with at my last chamber, and I just saw it, and we just did a ribbon cutting on their expansion. Company's about 5 years old, am I correct?
Well, we're 5 years old in Florida, but we've
Oh,
been
okay.
around for 17 years. I started this business
Okay.
Wow.
in my home, making a few products.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why was that? Because this is a fascinating story.
Well, it's a lot of fun because I was pregnant with my youngest daughter, and I was really looking for a way that I could stay home with both of my girls. And so, number one, it was purpose-driven in the fact that I wanted to quit my full-time job and work from home.
Right.
But also, I was looking for safer skincare and body care products that I could use on my family.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's how product becomes, because you're trying to find a better solution,
That's right.
a healthier solution, and especially if you're going to put it on your own children. See, that tells me right there that's good stuff, because you're using it on your own family.
Yeah,
first.
they've been my best guinea pigs, including
Right.
my husband.
No animal testing here,
No
right?
animal testing.
Well,
We
it
don't
is
need to
animal
experiment
testing,
on-
but it's
That's right.
two-legged animal testing.
Yeah, so my mom was a big part of the company in its early stages as well. In
Oh,
fact,
nice.
she helped create some of the products in the manufacturing department. And at the time, the department was two of us. But it quickly grown. It quickly grew because I started doing home spa parties.
Oh.
Hence the name Lemongrass Spa. So
Got
we
it.
are not a day spa. We are a direct selling company.
Right.
And so the word gets out through word of mouth.
Right.
And sampling parties where we can actually sit down in someone's living room and actually sample the products and just have a lot of fun with it.
So,
Oh, wonderful.
how many products actually do you have?
We have over 400.
No
It's
kidding.
incredible. Yeah, between the different
400.
sizes and the different types of things that we offer. So it is skincare, absolutely, body care. We have handcrafted soap. We also offer essential oils and men's products. So I
Really?
made a fatal error today by not bringing our beard oil.
Well, you didn't know. Normally, it would be the ladies out here, not me.
right.
But I know I snafu'd a scheduling thing. So,
You probably are going to have a party on set.
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
we need to do a sampling
well, I
party.
have another show called The Focus on Business. That it's an old hour on you, and then we could just all come and just have a little.
Now that would be fun.
Oh,
that'd be
that
kind of
would
party.
that would be.
Good.
How about on
Yeah.
location?
Okay, yeah, I already said that, because anytime I hear, I'm old school, and I came from the beauty industry, believe it or not. I worked for Redken and Paul Mitchell. I was their technical
Oh, my
director for their home
goodness.
show, or for their
Okay.
road shows. So
Sure.
yeah, so I used to be sit behind a lady and go, "Oh yeah, your color number is this," and they're like, "You're weird." But I knew, so I totally get it. So let's talk about some of the products that
I
you
know.
have.
I'm
here.
looking at some of this stuff. It's just, and it smells wonderful. That was the
okay. I must jump right in here. So this right here, right, is a candy cane. It's a candy cane
lip balm.
lip balm vegan,
That's right.
Vegan.
It is a vegan blend.
and that smells so
it
good.
Smells incredible.
You'd almost want to eat
instead of
that.
Beeswax,
Oh.
we use candelilla, and of course, certified organic peppermint essential oil. So
Okay.
it helps plump your lips naturally, and of course,
I need that.
perfect your pout. It is a little bit tinted, but not so much that the guys can't use
Guys
it.
can't work. Right.
Oh, your
Absolutely.
lips look
And
wonderful now.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you taste it all day. And
Well, the
it smells
cold, like the
amazing.
people up north that just got hit by the
Yes, they did.
wonderful snow already. That'd be
This would
perfect for
Oh,
them.
wouldn't
It'd
that
be
be great?
perfect.
That'd be. I'd
That's
send
right.
my mother that. Because my mother's up there.
I'm already thinking Christmas gifts and all of that.
I am.
good
Yeah,
stuff
that's what
coming
I'm
up.
saying. That would be okay. So is this a collection right here?
This is a collection right here, and every month we launch what's called a Bliss Box. And this is our actually exclusive holiday edition that we created. So it's called the 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh,
So we
boy.
have 12 items in this Bliss Box where you can sample different things throughout the whole holiday season.
So you have gone the non-nerd way of we don't. So I subscribe to Loot Crate, which is the nerd world, and I get a
Yeah.
box every month. I have no idea what's in
Exactly.
it, but I get it, and it's cool. And I'm telling you, it's like Christmas every month. It comes
Every
up.
single
So
time it
that's-
shows up on your doorstep,
Yes.
and you open it up, and we curate it so it has a different purpose throughout the whole entire year. The one we had one that was very popular this summer because it had island coconut scented
Oh, boy.
items,
Nice.
and a sunscreen stick. So we really gear it toward the time of year. So of
Neat.
course, right now we're all celebrating holiday season, but also your skincare needs change because as the temperature drops and the
Yeah.
humidity, even in Florida,
Yeah.
Yes,
drops
actually.
as well,
Oh.
you have to change up what you're using
That's correct.
for your day-to-day routine.
Is there a subscription price for this?
Well, for this particular one, it's $49, but
Okay.
that includes shipping.
Oh,
Wow, that's
okay.
good.
That's good.
It's really reasonable.
I pay
For 12
$45 for my
items.
my Loot Crate XL. Yep.
Exactly.
Well, what's in this box?
Yes.
So some of the items that are in this box
I'll hold it for you.
Our flagship product, and I think what Lemongrass is most known for, is our healing balms. And our top selling one is called Healing Elements. And it was actually I formulated it years ago to really help moms with curbing baby rashes and eczema
Right.
and psoriasis and all the things associated with dry skin.
Correct, yeah.
And so we created a topical that was paraben-free, fragrance-free, phthalate-free, and so it's a really clean, petroleum-free.
May I smell?
Absolutely.
I'm a scent guy.
And do you
I
know,
can tell.
when I had that as a sample from the ribbon cutting the other night,
Yeah.
I had a
Just a little
blister on my
vanilla-y.
finger from,
Just
Yeah.
a touch of vanilla.
Just a hint of vanilla, warm
But
vanilla, and
I
a
had
little bit of lavender.
I had a blister from having touched the hot oven and caught it on the top of my finger. And I put some of that on that night, and I put it on the next morning, and within the third time I put it on, it's completely healed.
Wonderful.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I was absolutely so. It works on that kind of thing, even though it's not
It
baby
does.
rash in the other as
Oh,
well.
Well, we rebranded it from a baby bottoms up balm to Healing Elements because we found out that moms and dads were using the
For
product
other
for all
things.
different
All
types
done.
of things.
So what else is in this package?
We also have a prebiotic cherry almond body wash. It's amazing in the shower. Now, I know you're a scent guy,
I'm a
so you're
smell
definitely
guy.
going to
Okay.
want to smell the cherry almond. That's one of
That's-
our fall new scents, and it's been so
Ooh, I like that.
Let me
popular.
smell that one.
Now, these are fragrance-free,
Ooh.
so we don't use any perfumes or synthetic fragrances. So the way that they're created is all plant-based.
Oh,
so it's
wow.
really pretty
Neat.
creative, but also they smell incredible.
Yes.
So we also have a lipstick because
Yeah, I don't
hey,
need to
who
smell that.
doesn't-
I'm good.
you don't need to smell the lipstick, but who doesn't love a pop of color for the holidays?
Oh, yes.
It is.
And that's a pretty
that's
color.
That's a
our
shimmery.
lavish.
That's like a shimmery
got a
It's
little
red.
got a little bit
shimmery.
of shimmer
Yep.
to it.
Oh, nice.
We have a facial cleansing oil, wonderful for for men or women. So
Ah.
instead of using a soap on your face with cleanser, we're recommending, especially in the winter months when your skin tends to be a little drier, using a cleansing oil instead.
Ooh.
Nice.
Really, really
Nice.
nice. So one of my top favorites, and I brought the whole collection because I really was so proud to show it off, is our buttercream. And this is an exclusive for the holidays. But I'll tell you, as popular as this been, I think it's probably going to have to make a reappearance sometime throughout
Does
the
it smell
year.
like buttercream?
It smells exactly like the icing that you would put
No
on
kidding.
your cupcakes. It smells.
Oh my God.
It
I'd be
does.
chewing on my wife's neck all the time. Just saying. That's nice. I
Isn't
like
that
that.
great?
That
is
does.
Great.
It smells exactly like
It smells
wow.
exactly like buttercream icing.
It
yeah.
does.
And it does. I mean, just like it. I
Yes.
would have swore that you just kind of went to a buttercream and just shoved it all down inside there.
Except it's not sticky.
It's stuck.
Not sticky.
It's great.
No.
What is this little goodie?
So this little golden gem is our vitamin C serum. So again,
Oh,
men
I
and
know
women
about
alike
this sort of thing.
love putting on a serum. So after you cleanse your face in the morning, you're going to apply a serum, and that's going to help with extra hydration, help reduce fine lines and wrinkles, keep your skin feeling firm and plumped.
And
It's amazing.
antioxidants.
And antioxidants.
Now, does that take the
absolutely.
baggies away?
It really does. It helps reduce the bags. And when you pair that with a jade roller and use that daily, you're going to notice a big difference.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our customers absolutely love
I'm
it.
See
just-
that we need that in
I
the
would-
studio, so when my hosts come in with the bags, I can go. Let's just put a little
You
baggie
know what?
down there.
Let's
And
just
let
do a
that
little
go.
bit of. Let's just do a little bit of vitamin C treatment.
There
That's
you
it.
go. So
That would be great.
That would be great.
What's in this? Oh, that's applicator.
It is. It's a sponge applicator for makeup.
I've never
We
seen 'em
call it a
teardropped.
blending sponge.
Yes.
Yeah, because what you're going to be able to do is once you apply your makeup, you can use it to blend on your foundation or
Right.
your concealing stick, for example, and give yourself a flawless look. Those are
And it
a
gets into little
staple
spots.
little
for
spots.
people
I
who
have
wear
a,
makeup.
I have a big spot.
So hairspray is also a hot item, but I will tell you there's so many chemicals in hairsprays that
Oh,
you
yeah.
buy.
I know.
Yep.
And unfortunately, many of them have aerosol and contain toxins. So we keep ours, of course, toxin free. This has flaxseed oil, so it not only helps hold your hair for the day, it's also amazing at adding a little extra hydration. So
Yeah, it's
No
also you
kidding.
get little
customers love it.
nutrients in your hair, and
That's right.
yeah,
Oh,
It adds a
oh.
little bit of shine as well. So
and
it's
if
great.
when it wants and now is that more of a water base?
It is.
So in other words,
Correct.
you get a fluff afterwards
Yeah,
too.
and no alcohol to
That's
to
awesome.
dry
Oh, that
out your
doesn't dry
scalp.
out.
That's
That's great.
alcohol is one of the worst things that they put on your hair, and
I
people
know.
don't realize it.
And-
That's what gives you those split dry ends, and it just
Mm-hmm.
tears you up.
Yes,
Yep.
and you from the beauty industry would know that.
Right. I was taught
but-
that from day one, and
Well, I learned about hairspray and how bad it is when I was trying to clean it off of the door of the bathroom.
Yeah.
From spraying it, and
That
it was
buildup.
and that
Yeah.
buildup.
you need to have alcohol wipes to clean that stuff off correctly. That tells you
I
something.
had to sand the door. That's
Because
how
that's
bad
not
it
coming
was.
out of your hair when you're washing your hair. It's a buildup dry. It's horrible for your hair.
Anyway, so this is wonderful. And does this have a scent to it?
It has a botanical scent.
Oh,
because
come
of-
on. Let me see.
Oh,
Let
there
me
you
see.
go.
He has
John.
to smell that one
I'm a
too.
smeller.
That's right.
As long as I don't get them all at once, I'm okay.
It's very, very light.
Fresh,
Oh yeah, it's almost like
just really fresh.
it's almost lemon.
like an herb garden.
Yeah.
Oh, that is.
That smells good.
I like that as well.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I mean, I'm definitely.
I know what I'm getting my wife for Christmas.
My
Yeah,
my future
exactly.
daughter-in-law. My future daughter-in-law is this is. And hopefully, she's not going to be watching this. Is going to get one of these for Christmas, and I don't know what else. But we're going to talk some more
We're
after
gonna talk
this.
some more.
Yeah.
So is there stuff down here that's not in here?
Yes.
Let's talk about those.
The couple of the things that we love to do at Lemongrass Spa, and especially the blessing of being in the business for 17 years,
Right.
is we have sales consultants in all 50 states. And so they love doing giving back programs. And one of the most powerful giving back programs that we do every year is our Loving Care gift set. So we included 3 products that are amazing for people who are going through cancer treatment.
Oh.
And we just donated over 3,000 of these complimentary kits to cancer survivors. So it's been great because what we ask our sales consultants to do is nominate someone who is going through cancer treatment right
Right.
now. And because it takes such a toll on their skin, and people don't even
Oh,
realize
yes.
it until they start with that process, their skin becomes dried dry really quickly, and
Been
these
there.
are so
I understand.
therapeutic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Another survivor.
Yep.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So we curated this collection with an ultra hydrating body cream that you can use, the healing elements which we talked about earlier, and then an organic nail balm. So
Right.
this is
Oh,
great.
nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
So
lovely.
that's a lovely gift that you can give to someone.
Let it roll.
But we also do a give back as well.
Okay, that's now. What's down there in the healing?
Healing elements. So,
Right.
In addition to the healing elements, we have some other balms and butters that we're very known for. Our newest creation is called Revival Balm, and this one is a combination of coffee extract as well as turmeric. And the combination
and
of
turmeric.
those two
Interesting.
botanicals
Yeah.
absorbs quickly.
It almost
and
has
helps
a raw
reduce
chocolate smell.
Inflammation. Exactly. It's
Yes.
like a coffee extract.
That turmeric with it takes the sweetness. Yes.
Yeah, it's a raw chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost as if you
A lot of athletes have been using this.
really.
And again, it's
Kids
for
playing sports, it's wonderful for inflammation, reducing inflammation. That
Okay.
combination's been amazing.
Yeah, 'cause I have
So
trouble-
instead of reaching for a prescription, we're encouraging people to
Right.
use some topicals because your skin absorbs it quickly,
Yep.
and that goes right to the source.
and turmeric has such a great reputation. I just
We're
can't.
running out of time.
I can't drink
Oh
it.
my gosh!
goodness.
So
Oh,
I
and
know,
there's so
I know,
much.
I know. We've all been leaned in here, looking
I
and talking,
know.
and we've even forgot to talk to the camera. So we've had our information up. We've had your website up, phone number up, how to get a hold of you. If you're looking, this is the best thing I've ever heard for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
That right there. You need to get that now, and then get the big stuff. So make sure you reach out and get a hold of Miss Heidi, and she will make sure you're taken care of for your beauty and your health and your skin needs.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Lemongrassspa.com.
All right, we're going to be back here shortly after this break with Guarding and Accounting Group. Mr. Steve is going to come on and talk to us about why it's good to have an accountant. I
Yes.
think everybody needs one. We'll be right back after this. Hey, welcome back. We are back here. This has been a really good show. It's gone really, really fast. Two awesome.
Yes.
And now we have a third awesome guest
Do you-
because
Do you
find
ever question whether or not we're going to have an awesome show?
Nope,
It's
not
Tarpon
anymore. Not
Springs.
you. I don't.
Well, it's Tarpon Springs for crying out loud.
I know you got some good peeps.
We do. We've
Got
got some
good
awesome
peeps.
people. And this is one of my favorite ones right here.
Well, Steve is a little closer to the heart for you, right? Because everybody either loves their accountant or hates their accountant.
yes. And I love the Chamber's accountant.
And he is the Chamber's
Ooh,
accountant. This
yes.
is Steve Ribble, and you are with Guardian Accounting Group. And I asked you this off air, and I'm going to ask you on air. So, what is are you home or are you business?
We do both.
So you do both.
Yeah, we do both. I mean, the more fun things for us is working with business owners and entrepreneurs because there's a lot more that we can do for them as far as tax planning. But we do work with individuals and professionals as well.
Do you find it harder to work with entrepreneurs than just a pure corporation?
It can be. It can be because a lot of times we find the entrepreneurs are so busy, it's hard to get the time with them, or it's hard to get them to get us the information that they need.
I have a box.
Oh.
I have a box.
And
You're
I'm-
one of those.
I'm one of those. And I have an Excel spreadsheet at the end of the year that I lock myself away with a couple of gallons of tequila, and I just start typing in all my stuff, and I'm going through my box.
Doesn't he sound like your nightmare client?
Well, actually, with the tequila, I might be there with you.
See, we make it fun.
we would have fun.
That's called creative accounting.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Oh, Lord.
So, but you work with both home and the business side.
Correct. Yeah, we work with individuals, professionals, and we do work with businesses as well.
Do you really? Okay. So it's that time of year. We all got to get ready. We all
Yes.
need to be getting you our product, right? Or
Yeah,
our
yeah.
numbers.
Yeah, or at least kind of winding it down. And this time of year, it's good to kind of sit down and figure out where you're at, especially if you're a business owner. Kind of get a look at that profit and loss statement. If there's anything else that you can do to try to drive those profits down a little bit and save money in taxes. So this is the perfect time of year for that.
Now, do you handle the overall end of the year, or do you handle the month?
We do both.
You do
so,
both.
Yeah. So if
So
you're
you work
referring
as
to
a CPA as well as a
Yeah, I mean, so we do the bookkeeping, which I'm thinking is what you're
Yes.
talking to. We talk
Right.
about the month to month. So we do bookkeeping with account reconciliations and things like that. And we'll do, if they want us to, they will pay the bills, write the checks
Oh,
and
wow.
things like that.
So
handle
you
the
become their
payables.
back office.
Basically,
This
yeah.
is my bookkeeping department.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah,
Me and you
normally-
need to sit down and talk because I probably need that.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
We
He
can
comes-
help you.
Yeah, he comes in once a week for a couple of hours.
Yep.
I have a file, and every time a bill comes in, that goes in there. Every time a check comes in, it goes in there. I don't do deposits. I don't pay the bills. All I do is sign the checks. He then puts it all in QuickBooks and gives me, at the end of the month, my balance sheet, my
Right.
P&L that I can then take to the board. We do some, and he will point out, oh, well, this is going to look a little odd because of the following,
Right.
and then I'll take a look at it and say, oh, but we need to move this over here because I want it in marketing instead of this. So he works with nonprofits as well. But I don't have to worry about it other than every time I open the mail with either checks or bills, they go in a file marked Steve.
Puts it in my folder.
That's
And I come
awesome.
in and get it all done for him.
Now, do you have to come inside or can you do offsite as well?
We do offsite. The chamber's a little different because they're using QuickBooks Online, or I'm
Right.
sorry, QuickBooks Desktop. So
Right.
I have to physically be there, which isn't an issue. But we do have businesses that work on the online version of QuickBooks, and we can do that remote.
Yeah, I'm still Excel. I probably need to get out of that world.
Oh, QuickBooks is just
Yeah.
a piece of cake, and it's one of those things where if he's not there and I have a question on something, I can then go back in the computer and take a look at it. But having it on site is, to me, better because it's more versatile. He also does payroll.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we do
So-
full service accounting.
So you handle the POE side of it. You pay the the taxes quarterly and
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah. So we do all the
Wow.
quarterly filings for the payroll and do either monthly or quarterly tax filings for the payroll taxes, and as well as the state of Florida for the unemployment taxes. And you mentioned sales taxes. We do sales tax reporting and
so you
payment of
handle
that.
it all.
Pretty much handle it all. Correct.
That's awesome.
As I said, this is my bookkeeping
and
department.
where,
shop.
where are you located?
Our office is in Tampa. We're not too far from downtown Tampa, but we work in this area as well. So I've got a number of clients over in Tarpon. I'm here usually once a week.
That is so cool.
Gene's trying to get me to open an office there in
Absolutely.
downtown
Well,
Tarpon.
yeah, there's space.
Yeah,
I
oh,
mean,
yeah.
There
there's
is
some
space.
space
Some
there.
great looking buildings down there. I've got my eye on it.
Do
Yes,
ya? That
yes.
would be awesome having him
That
in the
would-
community.
It would be super to have him in the
Then
community.
she'd be talking to you every day. Hey, I got a question. Yeah, I got a
That's
question.
good and bad.
That's good and bad,
Well,
right?
that is good and bad. But then he would be able to come to more of our networking
Yeah,
events.
more of the events. I
Which
do
would
try to
be,
get over and participate in the events when I can.
Okay.
And,
So let me ask you a question. Education of the younger people. I know in school I had this course, but the kids today, they're not taught how to budget, how to use a credit card, how to pay the bills, what a check registry is. They don't know. And are you running into that?
Yeah, and we talked about that a little bit off camera, and I think that would be a huge benefit for a lot of the seniors, that are in high school, to be able to go through a course on basic money management and working with budgets, working with credit, maintaining your credit, and maintaining a good credit and why it's important, and just all of that stuff, because they're not exposed to that. And a lot of times it falls on the parents, but a lot of times the parents maybe aren't really experiencing that stuff either. So
Right.
I do think that would be a huge benefit to be able to offer a class like that through the high schools. I think that would definitely help.
So when you take over, when you start doing home taxes, and do you ever sit down with your clients and say, hey, look, let me help you set up a budget to help you? Because I'm seeing things, because, my accountant did that to us.
oh, really?
Oh, yeah, when me and my wife were first, I was a spender. Oh, I just love spending money. I am really, really good. I am a power shopper. Well, let me tell you right now.
The
And-
lobby, I wouldn't have guessed.
yeah, no, yeah. So, in about the 5th year, our accountant, who was doing our home taxes, said, "Hey, look, I've seen the trend, and I see where you're struggling. If he goes, we need to fix this, or you're going to get into a tailspin that you won't be able to get out of." So he literally set us on the right track of how to. Now, my wife's a mortgage person forever, and she deals with this, but because of me, I pulled her out of her comfort, and I would, because I'm the, I just jump out of the boat into the water. I don't care. I'll just go. We'll do it. Just it'll all work out. And then I've learned to not do that anymore.
Buy it now, figure it out later.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it took an accountant to sit me down and go, okay, look.
And that is something too that when we talk about, like with the chamber's a nonprofit,
Yeah.
but we go through some of that as well. I need to put this here. What do you think? And yes, I wish I could get him on staff more often, but
Right.
We do budgeting for businesses quite a bit, and especially nonprofits. Just about every nonprofit's working off of an annual budget.
Yes.
Due to their funding sources and things like that. So we definitely work with them in that realm. But with individuals, it's sometimes it's like leading a horse to water. You can kind of get them there, but you can't
Right.
make them drink.
Yep.
I think it's the receptiveness of the individuals would determine if we're going to be able to help them with that budgeting process or not. But I certainly get asked questions all the time. About certain aspects of it, especially when they're trying to get a mortgage. We get a lot of questions around when they're trying to qualify for that mortgage and,
Right.
and trying to
Oh,
straighten things out there.
yes.
But as a practice, we, going down that route, it really depends on the individual and if they're going to be receptive to it or not.
Right. Well, that makes sense because, sometimes you say something to people like get offended going, well, tell me how to spend my money.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I don't think they want to work within a budget, just individually. But if they've got a goal in mind, because you've certainly got some young people out there that do want to budget and work towards a goal
Correct.
and buy a house or other things, and those are the great ones we can work with.
Right.
but money's emotional.
Oh,
Yeah.
very,
Oh, yeah.
Well,
very emotional.
Especially when you don't have any.
Yeah. Cry a lot. A lot.
Yes, but people will spend money, and then it's like, well, we take it out of this pot, we'll move it over here, move things. People don't necessarily think about that. They look at something, and go, oh, I've got to have it, jing, charge it, and then it's like, oh, I'll figure out how to pay for it, and they don't think about the whole ramifications of paying interest and all
Right.
of that. And yeah, it would.
And a lot of that stuff, too, we don't see on the tax return. So unless we're doing the business stuff, we would see interest payments and things like this. We will see that on the business side. But on the individual side, that stuff isn't deductible. So we don't see it. So it's
it
not
used to be.
something that usually comes up in conversations. It's just
Right.
because it's not on the tax return itself. Unless they ask us and bring up the subject, then we can work with them. But otherwise, just going through the tax work itself, we just don't see it as.
How long have you been in this industry?
Gosh, this could be my 15th year.
Wow.
Yes,
So you're not a
2005.
newbie at this. You really do. When you're like E.F. Hutton, when you talk, people need to listen to you, right?
Well, I hope so, but you never know. But yeah, we've been doing this for quite a while,
Wow.
and hopefully our clients, we've got a really high retention rate, so clients seem to be pretty happy with us.
So what is if you could, and I know this is a hard question, the perfect client. What would be the perfect client?
Ooh.
You mean besides Gene?
Yes, besides the Chamber of Commerce, which is awesome.
Okay, there we go.
Again, getting back to what we kind of talked about earlier, it would just be the business owner, entrepreneur type clients. And the reason being is that there's so much more we can do for them.
Right.
If you have somebody who earns a lot of money through just W-2s, there's really not a lot of deductions or even tax planning that we can do for them.
Right.
Okay.
But when they run a business, there's a lot more that we can do creatively and proactively to help them drive their tax bill down. So those are more fun for us. And those are the more interesting clients for us.
Yeah, because 2019 took a big hit on our deductions.
2018 actually, but yeah,
2018.
it was the Tax Cut and Jobs Act of 2017 that took effect in 2018, but especially on Schedule A, it limited a lot of the deductions there, such
Yeah.
as the real estate taxes and local taxes. It limited to $10,000, and they did away with all of the unreimbursed employee expenses. Which affected a number of our clients that work on W-2 and then have out-of-pocket expenses for their job, but they used to be able to deduct those on Schedule A, and starting in 2018, last year, they couldn't deduct those anymore.
Right.
So a lot of them ended
Yeah,
up
it was
owing taxes, not anticipating that.
Right.
So that was a big one, but that's what I was talking about. When they work in a W-2 job and make a lot of money, there's not a lot of planning stuff that
Nope.
we can really do for them.
Right. I know for business-wise, I lost a lot of my deductions. Like I used to do a lot of entertainment. Like, I'd take clients to lunches and dinners and stuff like that to really bring them in. And I would have went away, and I'm like, whoo! And I still do it because that's
It's a kind of
how you
that's
get the
how you do
clients.
business. But
Right, yeah. Well, the meals you can still deduct, but the entertainment is
That's-
what they
yeah,
cut. Yeah,
yeah.
so where you used to be able to take somebody to a ball game
Yep.
and deduct the
Yep.
up to half the expense, Can't do that anymore.
Can't do it anymore.
You can deduct the beer and the hot dogs there at the ball game, but you can't deduct the tickets.
Right. Which is-
Interesting.
yeah.
And you know, and the individuals. I mean, that all changed as well. For the
Correct.
first time, I didn't have any deductions. My deductions weren't there, and I was like, oh, wow, this is strange. What did I do wrong?
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
Correct, because they doubled the standard deductions for the most part. So individuals and married couples, you had a double of the standard deduction. So a lot of times the itemized deductions just didn't exceed that. So a lot of
Right.
people ended up taking the standard deduction for the first time as well.
yeah, that was the first time I'd taken it since college. And
Wow.
it was very,
Yeah.
very strange feeling. And I thought, good grief, my taxes are pretty simple. But that just, I thought, wow.
Right, yeah. And it was due to the Tax Cut and Jobs Act.
What is the perfect time of the year to start planning? Is it's now when businesses have seen how that they, for like 10 months, seen how they've done, and now they've got 2 months to say, okay, this is how I make adjustments? Or is it better to start in January when you really don't know what business is going to be like for the next year?
As far as planning for your taxes, it's always a good time, and we suggest even quarterly sitting down with our clients to go through their tax situations and review the profit and loss statements and maybe offer some suggestions. But getting into this time of the year, it's a terrific time now to do it for 2019 because you still have time, with a couple months left, month and a half left, you still got time to maybe put some strategies in place that can cut this year's taxes. But as far as budgeting, obviously, going into maybe 2020, January, February timeframe, if you sat down with your budgets and kind of plan out that, would be a different time frame for that. But yeah, so definitely right now I think is a great time to look at 2019 because you still have time to do a few things and try to get your taxes down.
Yeah, I know this is when all of the charities are looking for businesses for deductions, for donations, simply because, okay, now we've got this and this and this and this. But are most businesses on a January to December budget?
Just about.
Fiscal
Yeah,
year.
Yeah, I mean, I work with a few that aren't on January through December fiscal year, but just about all of them are. Yeah, majority of them are.
All right. Well, let me tell you, we ran out of time. I could
did
sit
it
and
again.
talk all day. My mother is a bookkeeping CPA person, so
Oh, okay.
I love this. I love numbers. But if you don't have an accountant and you need one, or you don't like the one you got,
Oh, yeah.
get a hold of Steve. We've had your lower third up. We've had your phone number up, your website up. Give this man a call. He will take good care of you. If Gene trusts him, I'll guarantee I trust him.
Oh, absolutely.
So
He does a great
we'll
job
be
for us.
right back. We're going to talk to Miss Jean about what's going on at the Tarpon Chamber of Commerce. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We've had some really, really, really super cool guests, which has been awesome. And
know.
now we have another super cool guest.
Well, it's just you and me now.
I know, it's just us. It's just us. We're just going to talk. Fireside chat. I should have a little fireplace back here, those electronic ones, going.
Oh, no.
It'll be
John,
so
that's
cool.
so cheesy.
So cool. I know.
No,
I
it's
know.
cheesy.
So we got stuff going on. Tarpon Springs Chamber of Commerce. That's a chamber that's not sleeping ever again, is it?
Never again. I mean, I know you were on the board when it was all cooking years ago, and
Yep.
then it kind of went.
Yeah.
Well, as I have talked about in the last year and a half that I've been coming on here,
Yep.
things are really cooking. It's almost like we're just about to hit our stride.
That's awesome.
It is such a great feeling after all this time. Roger's on our board, as we were talking about.
Love Roger. Old friend.
But I'm serious. I watched him for a year coming to our events, watched how he interacted with his staff, ask about. He has got a great reputation.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted somebody who had a good business head, and so we nominated him for the board. And when he interviewed, and we were doing interviews, which was last couple of years ago, it took a little while for me to chat him up to be able to get him, because he's so busy.
Right.
But it's one of these ask a busy person. And he is going to be taking over our ambassadors committee coming up at the first
you
of the
couldn't
year.
ask for better than
And
that.
it's just been wonderful. So we've got some new board members. We just swore in 3 new board members this year.
Nice.
We'll talk a little bit about those in January,
Yeah.
when we convene the new board, and then we're starting the year. We changed our fiscal year this year to January through. because Steve and I had talked about it.
Steve, smart guy.
And it was October to October. Really didn't need to be, but the city's on that, the county's on that, so the chamber was automatically on it, and I really couldn't figure out why.
Right.
He and I talked about it frankly last year. Last year we went through the transition. We did the October to October. Then we did a 3-month budget, which he helped me put through, and then we went from January, and this is the first year that we are going through some of this. So we have our board in place about a month earlier than we had
Nice.
needed to.
Right. But
Because
that's still good.
we're still adjusting to it, but
Right.
Steve has been fantastic as far as recommendations on that.
So I want everybody to know at home, okay, so next month, we're not going to be here because it's Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
It'll be Christmas next
One
month.
month.
So what we're talking about today is going to be kind of include November and December, right? So let's talk about what's going on.
Oh, my
What's
God.
going on?
The stuff that's going on, since Thanksgiving is tomorrow, and it's like,
know.
oh,
Yes, I know.
I'm
I think,
ready.
Because it's so late, we're losing extra shopping time for Christmas. Did you realize that? I did
Oh.
not realize that. I know.
But it's like, good grief.
It was
I
a
just didn't-
florist that told me. I'm like, why would you not?
I
but,
did
but
not
I get why he knew
need
it.
that.
So, I know.
well, this
Sorry.
weekend coming up
Yep.
is the Thanksgiving Arts and Crafts Show. Arts and Crafts Festival show. It is in downtown Tarpon. This has been going on for about 20 years.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's been going on it was going on when we first moved to Tarpon.
Yes, and it's
20 years
it's
ago.
celebrating Small Business Saturday.
Nice.
And so it's Saturday and Sunday. It's always been on Tarpon Avenue. Last year we
Yeah.
tried something a little different. We moved it over to Court Street, which is one street over. It's the brick street. It's a little wider. The fire marshal loved us for that.
Right.
But we put the tents over there of the crafters that are coming in with Christmas presents. And then we put signs pointing in 3 different areas, through Mother Mere's parking lot, through the Blue Bayou Cafe area, and then down through next to the historic train station, to send people over to Tarpon Avenue with more shops over here, because
Right.
I wanted to keep those storefronts open. One of the things that
Smart.
I put into the permit last year, at Mark, our city manager's recommendation, was put in there that we can do a sidewalk sale. I didn't realize that Tarpon doesn't allow businesses to put stuff out on the
No,
sidewalk.
they have a hard time with that.
So, and it has to do with safety. It has to do
Yes.
with because the streets are narrow and they're not flat. But the thing that we do this weekend is it's all open. All of those shops can now put sidewalk sales out. They can put balloons out, all kinds of stuff. It's going to be fun. Last year it was a huge success. There was a lot of people there was some trepidation about it. There's the sign,
Yeah,
don't
that's
get
awesome.
mauled at the mall. And that's what's really important.
So is
10
it
to
going to
5.
be a center street? Are the booths going to be in the center of court? Or so they're side to side?
They're side
So
to
you can
side,
walk
so
down the
you
middle
can
of the
walk
street
down
and
the
go,
middle of it.
"Oh,
And
that sounds
because we don't quite have streets wide enough to do that. So that's one of the reasons I didn't want to block the shops too,
Nice.
because that is kind of when people traditionally kick off Thanksgiving, or that weekend for shopping. So we don't mess with Black Friday.
No.
So it's Saturday, Small Business Saturday, and then Sunday. So it's 10 to 5 both days, November
Nice.
30th and December 1st. And it's just, there'll be local artists, craft vendors on that street. I will only have one food vendor, just because we need to have something, and it'll be something different, because we have lots of downtown restaurants.
Absolutely.
So why compete with them? Share the wealth. This is what the chamber does, is we support businesses. So we're not going to be bringing in something that's going to compete with our businesses.
Right.
Last year, after Thanksgiving weekend, I found that I got a thank you from someone at the Sponge Docks, because I didn't realize this, and this reinforces why we leave Tarpon Avenue open. If people from out of town are coming in, they know how to get to the Sponge Docks by coming down Tarpon Avenue, take a right on alternate 19 or North Pinellas, and then go down to the Canese. And if we leave that open, then they also
Right.
are able to have tourists and people that are shopping.
Now, are they going to do anything on the docks? and coinciding with it?
Yes, we will have out information on Celebrate Small Business
Nice.
Saturday, but a lot of it is shops as well as restaurants, so it's kind of hard to do them in both places.
Right.
So most of like last weekend was the Seafood Festival, so a lot of
How did that go?
It went really well. It was packed.
Nice.
Good grief.
I miss Tarpon. 18 years, actually 19 years we lived there, and then we moved out. And I'm telling you, it's just a great little town.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you what's coming after Thanksgiving.
More?
December.
Oh, nice.
So next Wednesday, on the 4th, we have our Good Morning Tarpon. That's how we always start the month, is Good Morning Tarpon at the Copenhagen Cafe. Father-daughter business, we love it. And it's our highly caffeinated, highly caffeinated networking.
Everybody's gonna be like, "Ah!"
Everybody's like, yes, 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 yes. And we get to eat, you can eat breakfast, and there's a variety of breakfast there, but they're the Danish breakfast, not Danishes, but meat and cheese and bread and all kinds of good stuff. Then that evening, Florida Blue, who is another one of our new members, they moved into the old chamber office. Florida Blue is having their ribbon cutting.
Nice.
And so that'll be the evening of the 4th. It'll be starting at 4 o'clock, and they're having a DJ with 50s music and some other good stuff. It'll be
cool.
fun. The mayor will be there to cut that ribbon. Then first Friday in December is going to be Snow Place like Tarpon.
Oh, that's
tradition.
cool.
And that is the city and the chamber and the merchants it's all over downtown. There is snowflakes flying from the roofs. The city brings in some equipment, and they build on site a sledding hill. I know.
That's awesome.
It's just really, really cool. And the kids just have a great time.
We might have to come and film that. That sounds really awesome.
Oh, yeah. They come in and the kids are sliding, and, it's yes, it melts eventually.
Yeah.
The boat parade is that night. There's all kinds of vendors up and down the streets. The chamber hosts the Santa letter writing booth, which is always fun, right in front of the chamber. And we have the red mailbox that the post office delivers on the Friday after Thanksgiving, so that anybody who's bringing your
There's where you
yes,
mail
this
your
is where
letters to Santa.
Yes, if you have letters for Santa, bring them to the chamber, or if it's after hours, you can bring them to the red mailbox, not the blue one, but the red one right next to it at the corner of Tarpon Avenue and Pinellas. So that'll be there up until about a couple of days before Christmas. And Santa does answer those because the post office comes and picks those up regularly.
Nice.
Then we have a mixer on the 11th for an ugly sweater contest.
I got a sweater I can enter.
All right.
I got a good one.
And it's a sip and shop up and down the streets of Tarpon as well.
Ooh.
So it's sip and shop, and everybody will have a little something to sip and a little something to...
Now, are we going to have stuff for adults and stuff for the kiddos?
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll have ugly sweater contest at the ends. I have a delightful basket from Bulk Nation that has been donated as the prize for the ugliest sweater.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's so plan ahead for that. And then of course the Christmas parade is on the 14th, which is Saturday at 10 a.m.
10
If you
a.m.
want to be in it, get your forms in. Call the chamber at 727-937-6109 and get us information. We will get you a form.
Love that parade.
Oh, that parade is so much fun.
Yeah.
I did not know how to do a parade before I came to Tarpon, and I had some very good people. Remember Doug and Scotty Gemmel? Doug helps out with that every year. This year now we are including the Rotary so that we have a lot of people that can help us line everybody up. It is just old-fashioned Christmas.
Awesome. Well,
I'm
there you go,
excited.
folks. You got a lot to go do in Tarpon. I mean, November is packed. December is packed. So if you're looking for something to do, go to the Chamber of Commerce in Tarpon Springs. Gene or Jack will tell you everything that's going on so you can have a good time in Tarpon Springs. Thank you for watching today. We really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting My Chamber TV and WeBeam TV. We will see everybody next week.